Philip and I are going to take a look basically at we call it basic reporting. We just want to show the range of reports that you can get from the dashboard. So it's a little bit geared, I guess, towards people maybe that don't use the program all the time, but are looking for information. So we're going to take you through different types of action lists. We're going to have a look at how you can change some of the settings, and then just a little bit on CTS web services as well. There'll be a really super quick survey at the end. We really appreciate you taking the time. There's only 3 questions, so if you could just fill that in, because it just helps us know are we covering the right things. There'll be a movie tomorrow that will be sent on an email, and you can forward that to other members of your team if you think that's going to be beneficial for them. So to start with then, Philippa, let's have a look, and let's just go through the dashboard and show which reports we can pull out.
Okay, so along the top here, you've got your herd summary. So you've got your open, inseminated, PD positive, PD negative, barren, dry, cows, young stock, calves to sell, and beef. So each of these you can click on, and then it will show you the cows behind that figure. And then if you double click on one animal from that list, it'll then take you to the animal record. And then you can see at the top here, you've got your animal record, but it's filtered on the barren cows. So if you go to the next cow, you can see that these are all the barren cows from that list. So if you wanted to have a quick look through all your barren cows and go into a bit more detail on them, you can do that in here. If you then click on the filter again at the top, it changes back just to animal record. And then if you go on to the next cow, this takes you back to your normal animal record. And then the cows are in number order as they were before. If we go back here, so under here you've got your attention, so you've got your animals in heat, that's split into the cycling open, your PD check animals. So if you click in the box again, you can then see the animals behind the figure, what they're due for, what the date is, and then you can see if any have gone overdue. You've got your Dryoff list here. Again, similar to the PD one, so you've got your actions, you can see what date they're due, you can also see what kind of Dryoff we suggest, and then you can also see here how many times the cows were over the threshold, so you can see that 1928, she was over the threshold of 150 there, and then also what the treatment is that we suggest.
So out of 6 recordings, on 1 occasion she was above the threshold.
Yeah.
Okay. I know one of the reports that people started using on the Dryoff one is where they can look at the last 3 somatic cell counts.
Yeah, so if you go back to your dashboard, so on your Dryoff tab there, you've got a little cog at the side. When you click on that, then you've got the 2 options of what list to look at. So we're currently on the normal herds and action list. We change it to the cows to Dryoff and then go back into it. It gives us a slightly different list, so we can still see the cows that are due to be dried off, but then we can see their last 3 cell counts, the date they're due to be dried off, and the treatment that we suggest.
And so for 95, what do the colours mean, the green and the red?
So here we can see, so on her last 3rd recording, she was cured, so the recording before that she had a high cell count. And then the previous one, she's come in as a new infection again. So if you hover over the figures that are in colours, you can then, it gives you a little description of what's going on.
So you can choose then which Dryoff list you're going to have on the dashboard.
Yep.
Okay. About the cycling cows there, why have we got a big 4 over that?
So that's where we've got 4 overdue. So if you click into the box again, then you can see the reason you've got the 4 is these 4 cows are overdue because they've had a PD negative and nothing else has happened. So it's flagging those 4 cows up.
And these cows below that, those are the dates we expect to see them bulling.
Yeah,
but they could also
be pregnant because they haven't had a PD. They could also be 3 weeks pregnant or 9 weeks. That's why you've got your little comment there, just as a suggestion.
Okay, but these are really cows that we should be just looking out for, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then you've finally got your calving list here. So again, so you can see the cows that are due, when they're due, and then you can also see the sire information at the side. If you wanted to change any of these reports, so looking ahead, you want to change the warning triggers. If you go into properties, you can then change the number of days ahead you're looking. So if you wanted to just look a week ahead or change the warning trigger, you can do that in here. And then if you make any changes, just make sure you click the Save Preset button before you click OK. And then that will give you your new list, and then I'll also update the dashboard as well.
Okay, what would happen then if we, on this side, let's say that we're looking at the cows due to PD and the cows due to calf. What happens if I want to also include young stock?
Okay, so if you go to the little cog at the end here, which is just above the tasks box, then that will open up your settings for the whole of the dashboard. So then we can see, so again, you can then change the days ahead for any of those boxes on the dashboard. And then if you want to include young stock, put a tick down here, and then again, make sure you click the Save Preset and click OK. And then that'll add the young stock animals to the dashboard as well.
Okay. What would happen, just say I want to have a look at the young stock. I want to look at the status. So how many young stock were PD negative? How many young stock were inseminated? Can I get that report from the dashboard?
Yeah, so where you've got your young stock box here, again, you've got a little cog at the side. So you click on that, and then you've got an option to show only young stock in the status buttons. So if we change that, and then if we refresh the dashboard, yeah, so then here you'll be able to see now that you've only got the young stock included in your herd summary at the top here.
Okay, so it's probably good to change that back.
So yeah, need to remember to take that out once you've finished with it.
Otherwise I'm very confused.
Okay, and then also what you've got on the dashboard, you've also got your beef and milk withdrawal. So if we go into here, so this, when you enter in any health conditions or treatments that have any withdrawal for milk and for meat on them, the animal will automatically join either the milk or the meat list. And then as they get to their free on date, after that, they will then drop off the list. So this just shows your current milk and meat withdrawals on here.
Okay, what's the, I see we've got a to-do bit and we've got 5 things to do.
Yep, so if we click down here, so we can see that opens up this to-do section, and then we can see we've got 5 things to send on our CTS. So if we click on that, it then opens up our send births and movements page, so we can see we've got a birth to send and 4 movements. So then all you need to do in here is then just go down to send, and then that will send that off, and then you can validate it to get your receipt number, so you've got your proof that you've sent it across.
Okay, I had a phone call yesterday where somebody had really liked the report writer and they got used to it. They were trying to show somebody else on the farm and then completely forgot where it was in the program. So is there a quick way of being able to locate a module within the program or a cow number?
So what you can do, you can use this search bar at the top here. So if there's an animal or a report you're looking for that you know the name of, you can start typing it in, and then it will show you here anything relevant to what you're typing in. Then you can select from the list, and then you just need to double click, and then that will take you straight into that report for that animal.
Okay. Okay, if we go back to the dashboard then. So I'm looking at these reports here. So for example, somatic cell count, I can see that the previous one was 85 and the current is 192. Am I able to look at that report from the KPIs?
Yep, so if you click on the box, then if you go to the little 2 arrows at the top here, that will take you to the cell count report. And then you've got all the information on here, so you can see what's the last cell count and then all the previous ones here.
Okay, so anything that's a KPI, if I click on that, that will take me to that report.
Yes.
Okay, so that should be fairly straightforward. Have you got any more to show us? It was basic reporting. So if you need any help, finding any other reports, then obviously give the help desk a call. We'll try and help you. We have got a lot of these webinars now on the website, but also on the Go to Stage channel. as we said, there will be an email that will come out tomorrow with this as a short movie. So we really hope that, yeah, this just gave you a guide that it is fairly easy to find information, and hopefully everybody on the farm can access information from the UNIFORM program.